Before time could write its laws into stone, before Olympus crowned its kings and queens, there was a whisper. A flicker. A breeze carrying the scent of mischief and motion. It came from the wild slopes of Mount Selene, where the god of thresholds and thievery drew his first breath. He was Hermes, son of Zeus and Maia. And even as a newborn, he would not lie still. Maia, the quiet daughter of Atlas, gave birth in the hush of midnight. No grand fanfare heralded this divine arrival. No chorus of muses sang. But within hours, the cave would echo with chaos. For Hermes was not a god to wait on fate. By sundown of his very first day, he was gone, vanished into the mortal world, leaving behind only warm blankets and Maia's stunned silence. Hermes, not yet 1 full day old, crossed mountains and meadows with the agility of wind and will. He found the sacred cattle of his half-brother, Apollo, the radiant god of light, poetry, and order. With mischief in his blood and cunning in his soul, Hermes stole them. But he did not merely take them. He reversed their hooves so their tracks led backward, and wore bark on his feet to mask his own. A thief, yes, but never a foolish one. When Apollo confronted him before the throne of Zeus, Hermes played coy. His voice was innocent, his smile sweet. "I am but a baby," he said, "born yesterday. How could I manage such a feat?" The gods chuckled, Zeus himself raising an eyebrow. But beneath the laughter was wonder. For here was a child who lied like a master and stole like an artist. In the end, Hermes offered a gift of peace, a lyre, crafted from a tortoise shell and sinew. The first lyre the world had ever heard. Its music calmed Apollo's anger, and in return, he named Hermes the messenger of the gods. Hermes became the god of boundaries. Not merely of places, but of states, between life and death, truth and deception, mortal and divine. He walked between worlds. Roads, crossroads, thresholds, all bore his invisible footprints. Merchants prayed to him. So did thieves. Travelers and messengers left offerings at roadside shrines, each marked by a Hermes, a stone column crowned with his image. Hermes was everywhere and nowhere, a god of transitions. Where others ruled domains, Hermes ruled the spaces in between. Not even death was beyond Hermes' reach. As Psychopompos, the sole guide, he led the departed from the realm of the living to Hades' shadowy kingdom. Unlike grim reapers or vengeful spirits, Hermes brought no fear. He came with a lantern and a gentle touch, walking beside the dead as they crossed the boundary into what lay beyond. He was the last voice they heard before the silence. And so, even the underworld bore witness to his grace. Hermes was a trickster, not malicious, but magnificent in his mischief. He outwitted giants and gods alike. Once, he stole Ares from a bronze jar where he'd been imprisoned. Another time, he lulled the 100-eyed monster Argus to sleep with stories, then slew him while he dreamed. His was not brute strength, but agility of mind. In Hermes, the Greeks saw what it meant to be clever, to adapt, to dance through danger and find joy in the game. As with many gods, love followed in Hermes' wake. He fathered Pan, the wild god of the forest, whose laughter echoed in every glade. He sired Autolycus, the grandfather of Odysseus, perhaps the most cunning mortal of them all. In every myth where someone needs help, where quick thinking saves the day, there is the hand of Hermes, unseen but undeniable. His symbols are known across the ages. The Talaria, his winged sandals, carried him swifter than any eagle. The Petassos, his wide-brimmed hat, marked him as a traveler. And most famous of all, the Caduceus. Two serpents, twin opposites, life and death, health and illness, coiled around balance. Though often confused with the rod of Asclepius, the Caduceus is not a symbol of healing, but of mediation. Hermes didn't heal, he negotiated, bartered, reasoned. Between gods and men, he was the eternal diplomat. And what of Hermes now? He never vanished. In every email sent, in every border crossed, in every moment where speed meets wit, Hermes smiles. He lives in the rhythm of traffic, in the spark of an idea, in the sly grin of a deal struck just in time. The gods of Olympus may sleep, but Hermes never rests. The world turns on his axis. Hermes is the god of the in-between. He belongs to the breath before a lie, the silence after a joke, the pause before a leap. He reminds us that life is not just what we do, but how we move through it. That there is magic in motion, in mischief, in messages that dance from tongue to tongue. And in every step we take, between yesterday and tomorrow, Hermes walks with us.